Hello, friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. All right, it's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's another restaurant vlog today. Today we're going to go visit Schmaltz's sandwich shop. Now, I got to admit right from the start, it doesn't sound very appetizing from the name, but I've read a lot of good reviews about the place, and I actually even had a couple of you recommend this place on one of my live streams a couple weeks ago. So we're going to go check it out. There actually turns out there are two of these places. Let's start with a little bit of history. Unlike a lot of the restaurants that I've visited that have been around for 50, 75, or even 100 years, this place is a relative newcomer. This place has only been in business since 1975. And it started out on the campus of Baylor University, so there's going to be a Baylor connection, of course. It became very popular very quickly, and a year later, they opened a second branch in downtown Waco. And then a year after that, they opened a third branch on Valley Mills on kind of the south end of town. Now, I was actually going to go visit this place last week, but I did my restaurant vlog on a Sunday, and it turns out both branches of this place are closed on Sundays. But the one on Valley Mills Drive on the south side of town is open on Saturdays, so we're going to go hit that place. I'm actually really hungry, so let's go. This is going to be good. So as I mentioned, the branch in downtown is closed on the weekends. I'm guessing it's because it's in a business district, and the people that primarily go there for their lunch break at work. And if the companies aren't running and people aren't taking their lunch breaks, there isn't a lot of business in that area. So that's probably what's going on there. Also, if you were really actually paying attention to my opening, I mentioned that there are two branches, but I listed three branches. The one on Baylor University campus, the one in downtown, and the one on Valley Mills. It turns out that the branch on the Baylor University campus closed in 1982. So just wanted to follow up on that. So here we are. This is the one, like I said, on Valley Mills Drive on the south side of town. One of the things I often make a decision about how good a place is, how many people are in the parking lot, and once again, just like the Catfish King, the place is packed. So let's go in. All right, so I've ordered a large Schmaltz sandwich and a soft drink, and actually the prices are really reasonable. I'm going to get out of here for less than $10. Can't argue with that. All right, my meal has arrived. Looks really tasty. I gotta admit, and I realized this when I was looking at it online, this reminds me a lot of a sandwich shop that I used to go to with my parents a lot called Schlotzsky's Deli. I noticed they have one of these, they have a Schlotzsky's here in Texas. I haven't visited it yet, but this seems like very similar kind of a sandwich, kind of an artisan bread, and then meat and tomatoes and all sorts of good stuff in there. So this looks like this is going to be really good. Smells good. They got some pretty cool Schmaltz tie-dye t-shirts. They look pretty cool. And of course they got to have a tribute to their roots. Can't go many places in Waco without finding some sort of a reference to Baylor. Alright, so as for my review of Schmaltz's, I don't know, I wasn't that terribly impressed with it. I guess I was judging it against Schlotzsky's, which I've had a whole bunch of times, and I think if I had to make a choice between the two, I like Schlotzsky's a little bit better. Their bread is a little tastier. The bread here was a little dry, and I think if I were them at Schmaltz's, I would maybe add a little bit more mustard to their sandwiches just to improve the flavor a little bit. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as I was expecting. I think I went into it with kind of high expectations because of how much I like Schlotzsky's. So, like I said, if it was a choice between the two, I'd probably go with Schlotzsky's. One thing they had going with for them is that the food was of very good value. Like I said, I got out of there for less than $10. You wouldn't do that at Schlotzsky's. That's going to be always a little bit more expensive. But I think you're also getting what you pay for there. So, like I said, it wasn't horrible. I would maybe go back again if somebody else was into it. Maybe I'd try something else. I kind of thought that the sandwich called the Schmaltz, which is named after the restaurant, that would kind of be their signature sandwich and be probably the best thing to judge them on. Who knows? Maybe something else will be better. But that's just kind of my thoughts on this. Now, one other thing. I've had a Patreon account for a while, and I really haven't been doing a whole lot with it. but I have been getting a few contributors, and now it's kind of getting to the point where I really need to start acknowledging these people because they are starting to help a lot with this. And so I want to take the opportunity today to thank 4 Patreons that I have. I have Mark A. Collins, Janet Matthews, Rosemary Mullen, and Carrie L. Beller. Thank you very much for being Patreons. I really am grateful for that. And I will definitely use the money to fund future adventures. We're going to continue doing fun things, and this will help a lot. Thank you so much. So I think that is all that I have for today. Thank you to all the rest of you for continuing to watch, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.